Hey, this is Brian again, and I'd like to ask you to do a favor. We can't do this work without people like you, so if you can, please like, share, subscribe, and tell your friends about Bring Back the Porch.
It seems like everybody's opening up their doors.
Restaurants, afternoon cafes, they're putting music out in the afternoon and summer and things like that. It's awesome. It's great.
This episode of Bring Back the Porch brought to you by Bernie Leahy, River Street Realty. Let's get you home.
So welcome to Bring Back the Porch. I'm Curtis Nash, and I'm here with a couple local musicians to talk about music in the city and some upcoming projects. We have Herman and Muriel Erick. And so first off, I want to say, how did you get into music? Tim?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So Dad played, and it was always around. And then, every once in a while it'd be like, I'd be a little kid, pawing at a guitar or something like that, or a banjo, from Dad's case. And he got me a little guitar, showed me how to play a G chord the wrong way, and, because I could do it then. And that was the start. That was the genesis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Muriel?
Well, I was 3 when I sang my first song. Mom had an old beat-up guitar, and same thing, but it was our dad that showed us a proper G.
Yeah.
and that for the longest time it was GCD, and so it started at home.
And then it just grew from there. As the older you get, the more passion you have for it.
Well, in Tim's case, he went into the teaching and instruction part of it. For me, it was my mom had my younger brother and I, when she saw how we could sing, she got us into the Rotary Music Festivals.
Okay. So
that we would learn to sing in front of adjudication and people and not get nervous. Mm-hmm. And it was good. Yeah. We had to learn silly songs, Alice in her little blue gown and the songs that you're not going to sing later.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was good teaching.
Yeah.
Mom, it must have, I think back now, it must have been hard on Mom because we had no money. We were poor. Mm-hmm. And I think you had to pay a fee to get into those shows and the gas money to come in from mm-hmm. Walsh, because that's where I was. This is where Tim and I connect.
Okay.
Even before, because his mom, Carol, is a Walsh girl like myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's where music started, home.
Yeah. And
I think that's where music starts for most people, is in home.
Definitely. You learn a lot even from listening to the music that your parents played.
That's right.
Yeah, you get a feel for that.
Huge influence.
Yeah, and then I found myself later on once you start to, because Tim taught me as well for a few years, mm-hmm. taught me everything I know, I guess. Good or bad.
Some of the better bad stuff.
Yeah, exactly. No, you're a really good teacher. I will say that. I always say you're just the right amount, because I was very shy. Like, I didn't want to take music. I wasn't really good at sports. And my dad's like, you're taking guitar. Because he played guitar. He's like, something we could talk about together. I'm like, okay, I'll try it. And I had affinity for it, and
I have a recollection of when you started singing.
Yeah,
I remember that vividly. I remember the song even,
like the first concert.
No, the one that you finally broke out and sang.
Okay.
With the group.
I think that was
it was called "Fly from Heaven."
Fly from Heaven, Toad the Wet
Sprocket. Yes, sir.
I remember that one.
I remember that. Yeah.
I remember being on stage, my legs shaking like a leaf.
Mm-hmm. And everybody in the crowd that day was awestruck because you were such a quiet guy, like you didn't say much. Here comes quiet little Curtis then. And he walks up to the mic and this voice comes out and it's like, whoa. Everybody was blown away. And then after that you had to sing all the time.
Yeah, it was. But I said that's why you're a good teacher, because I didn't think I could sing. I was like, I don't know. Like, Tim's like, no, you got to sing. You got to try it at least once. You got to try it. So I said, okay. And then,
I think it's something that a lot of the music teachers are doing now, isn't it? They're getting the students to sing along mm-hmm. with the notes they're playing.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
If you don't have the music internally, how are you going to put it out the end of your fingertips into an instrument? Mm-hmm. Like, you should be at least able to hum the melody or sing the lyrics or something.
Yeah, exactly. No, it was good. It definitely got me on my shell for the most part. And I really enjoyed it. And I think
stay with it.
I do it. I said I'm more of a campfire guitarist now. Every once in a while, I'll pick it up and I think I could play that song, or and I'll do it at home or whatever. Yeah,
Awesome.
That's what I do. But talk more about some upcoming projects coming up. But you actually had one this past Saturday.
Yes, we did.
That sounded very interesting. Just talk a bit about that.
Well, this was I called this one Tied Up with Bluegrass.
Yeah.
Because we had decided to go with the end of February, and February is the end of February. That's a date that you have to think about. March, is it coming in like a lamb or going out like a lion? That saying. And as it turned out, we had a nice ending to February and a beginning to March. So I just thought, we're in the middle of winter. Everybody's at home with the blues. We're going to bring you some bluegrass.
Bluegrass, yeah.
And not that the show was all bluegrass. Some of it, I call it newgrass, and then some folk mixed in. Our infamous Derek Hintz I have a saying, I take my call if you take my call. And Derek took it twice because he came in with his Derek Hintz trio, and then him and Tim and Tim's brother Greg had a little group that they put together about 9 years ago, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
And they've done like 3 gigs now.
Yeah,
figured that
in
out.
9 years. We have made tens and tens of dollars.
But the Sons of Carol, isn't that a great name?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Derek Hins's mom is Carol.
I saw that on Facebook. I'm like, it only works if Derek's mom's name is Carol. So.
And they ended up being the thrown together group at the end of 9 years.
Yeah.
But I think they were the hit. They're the one I'm getting the most talk about, like, boy, good call on that Sons of Carol, And then we had some ones that came back. Bramble and the Rose, which is a Medisnat local group. We had Casey Jones and the Trainwreck, which is out of Saskatchewan, Govanlock, Shaunavon, East End. Like, they're thrown together from Maple Creek and then beyond. And great group. Casey played in my Phoenix band for 17 years.
Oh, wow.
So he's like family. And his dad was a bluegrass banjo player, like Tim's dad. I think a lot of the old guys started on banjos. I think they were a cheap, accessible instrument.
Around here, there was 2 styles. There was the 5-string, like the Earl Scruggs tuning, right? But there was also the old tenor banjo, which is a kind of a big mandolin.
Oh, really?
And you can pick melodies on it, and you can strum on it, and it's a alternate style. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of them floating around.
Yeah,
probably in people's basements, under beds, stuff like that should be brought out. They sound great. They're a neat instrument.
If you do a deep dive on the Beatles, that's what John Lennon started on.
Okay,
was a banjo, like Tim is describing, and his mother was the one that said, "You need to get a guitar because that doesn't look cool on a rock, on a rock player."
Yeah.
But yeah, so we had this bluegrass show, and I don't like to say sold out, but because then people think, well, I can't get in there. But as it turns out, most people know now to just phone me. Just phone me and say, Muriel, can I get in? And yeah, we'll never turn anybody away. And as it, there's always somebody who's going to get sick last minute.
As long as it's not a fire hazard.
Yeah, and it's not. No. And yeah, it was a great show. And I'm still getting calls today.
Oh, that's
today.
Wow.
I had another one, Jody McKenzie. Another one of Tim's students. Yeah. She messaged me to tell me, like, Muriel, I can't wait for the next one. That's what I want to hear. Then I had another lady message me through Facebook and said, what can I do? Can I help? Can I, they want to volunteer. They want to do things. And for me, that's what works. That's what helps us sell the show, because they tell their friends and then they tell 2 friends. And
yeah. I always find, I was thinking about this like 20 plus years ago now. Like, I'd go around playing a band, but you could only play in bars or pubs.
Yes.
And 20 years later now, you just think, like, yeah, we have Jazz Fest and Tongue on the Post and everything.
Absolutely.
But even without those places at those certain points of time, it seems like everybody's opening up their doors.
Restaurants.
Yeah.
Afternoon cafes. They're putting music out in the afternoon and the summer and things like that. It's awesome. It's great.
Like, it's no longer a place for cover rock bands.
Oh, and lots of original material, which is great too. Like all of the above. It's all music.
Yeah.
And not everyone can write, so you don't have to. But if you can be like a museum curator and go out and just find a really good batch of songs that everyone seemed to miss, and you can just reinterpret them and take them out and present them for people to hear. Or you can write your own, or you can do it, all of the above.
Yeah, because 20 years ago, if somebody said you had like X amount of people selling out a Bluegrass show in Medicine, you'd be like, really? And nowadays, it seems like everybody's tastes are just expanding.
Yes.
And there's
Well, that's thanks to the internet.
Yeah.
Right? Your algorithm thing, you accidentally click that one song that had a banjo in it, and now you've got a Bluegrass stream coming up too, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I didn't know that.
For me, it's cats. I should never have clicked on that cat thing because that's cats.
AI cats now. It's like,
yeah.
I know ninja cats are cooking.
cats can't play bagpipes. I know that. I've got cats, and they don't play bagpipes.
And I love it when people say, Muriel, that's not real, that's AI. No. Really? That cat can't, my cat can't make me scrambled eggs in the morning?
No, I think that was my favorite part. I think that's my favorite part about music nowadays, especially in this city. It's just the expansion of it is just insane to believe.
Yeah. And we're giving you pearls here,
Yeah.
Curtis, because now you take that, what Tim taught you, and you reinvent that.
Yeah.
And we're going to look for you on a patio.
Yeah,
Curtis
exactly.
Nash.
Maybe one day, we'll see. But I want to talk to you about treble makers as well.
Well, that's something that I have wanted to do since being at the Liquid, and that's important for me to bring up the Liquid. Because the Liquid, the owner there, owner-operator Wendy Betchler, she had an epiphany many years ago because she was always a nightclub owner. And she said, I just feel like I'm not in the right direction. And as a Christian, she says, I think God wants me to go a different way. So her and her husband talked about it. And she said, we decided then to make it a music event center. Mm-hmm. That's why it's now called the Liquid Music and Event Center.
Yes.
And that's when I came into her life. I was at a private party, and the room was very empty, and this big empty stage. And we were just sitting there, and there were some old pianos, and they pulled the piano off the wall, and somebody played the piano, and I just felt this overwhelming sense that this room needed music, because it's got these lovely drop ceilings that they're great for sound. Like Tim will tell you, there's no better. Mm-hmm. You go into these rooms with this open ceiling, you're going to say, ooh, it was nice, but loud. Mm-hmm. It's not like that in what we call the listening lounge. So that's when it started. And we started with a Thursday night jam, and you could have shot a cannon through there most nights. I had my good friend Gil came in just about every weekend or every Thursday. I had my friend Mary came, but there was just such a few people came. The audience didn't come at all.
No.
It was just musicians. So we switched it to Sunday nights, and then it started getting bigger. And we started a potluck supper thing and made it a family thing. And I kept thinking, why can't we have kids? Why can't there be kids? But at the time, this was pre-COVID. Mm-hmm. There still wasn't that licensing for kids. Then COVID happened. And if there was one thing good thing that came out of COVID was that the government opened it up to let the kids come in, right? Then you could license for kids in event places, not bars. You still can't take a child into a bar. Mm-hmm. So now this opened up what I always wanted, was to have the kids be involved, because I couldn't forget when I was a kid, I wanted to get up on a stage and sing,
not even that,
Send Me the Pillow.
Watch live music. In like that type of atmosphere, because your parents would always go and you'd have to stay at home, and it always sounded like a good time, but you'd never get to participate as a viewer even.
Yeah. And I didn't come up with the treble maker name. I can't take credit for that. That was my daughter, Mariah.
Okay.
Yeah. And when she sent it to me, and she said, what about this for a name? And yes, I love it, Treble Makers. I wish we'd have said Treble Makers for our jams, but now I can't. I have to keep it on this little... But, and we didn't want to just have it for the kids. We also want it for the novice players and the guy that's been sitting in his basement singing his songs, and nobody's hearing him but Mom. Or... or
his wife. Like it could be a retired fella.
That's right.
Or it could be the retired woman, right? Mm-hmm. they sit at home and they've worked up all this material, and they dream about, if I could just hear myself on that PA system one time, and well, this is a great place to try it out. Come and try it. And the cool part is, and especially with the treble makers, I'm involved in that, and you remember how I taught, right? That you were always encouraged.
With an iron fist.
I know, I was so tough. Yeah, absolutely. The beatings, right?
Yeah.
Always the beatings. You were totally encouraged to push yourself beyond what you could do. Crash, back up a little bit, figure it out, work out the glitches, polish that, fix that problem, and continue to just keep trying. So sometimes those kids will come up and the drummer counts it in too fast or too slow, or somebody's in the wrong key. And I'm up there going, whoa, stop. Okay, let's regroup. Everybody take a breath. Let's try that again. And then usually on that second pass, everything falls into place. It's like there, And these guys now, these kids, young ladies, young men, they're connecting with each other on social media, and they're trading songs back and forth. Hey, I'm going to do this one in this key this weekend.
Oh, wow.
And they're all starting to come in, and then you can see them huddle, and they've got a little band built already. They're doing exactly what you guys did to be a garage band. Back in the old days, you're swapping playlists back and forth and figuring out who's going to play what and what do you think the crowd's going to like, and it's awesome. It's a lot of fun.
So it's anybody can come play.
Anyone.
Anybody.
You could come.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Come,
We've got our youngest drummer, I think he's 9. And
Oh, wow.
he's maybe only this tall. And, and of course it's not a drum kit built for kids. Yeah. It's a standard drum kit. But he just reaches in there, and Grandpa kneels beside him, and because he's a drummer, and kind of gives him a little. And now
we got 2 of those.
That's right.
We got that other kid from Leader too.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's
Nathan,
right.
Nathan's coming in too. So there's all these young guys, and they're doing fine.
Let's pause for a moment so we can share some exciting news. We're proud to announce that our work here at Bring Back the Porch is getting noticed. From October to the end of January, our videos and reels viewed more than 1 million times. Some of those viewers could be your customers, so sponsoring Bring Back the Porch is a great way to get your message in front of them too. If you'd like to support our work here at Bring Back the Porch, we ask you to go to our website at bringbacktheporch.com and follow the links. Thank you for your support.
Well, it is something special, because like when I played, it was, you'd have your year-end concert and a couple concerts a year, and then like a competition or something like that. So you played live in front of people 3 times a year. But the feeling that you have when you nail it.
Oh, isn't that something?
It's one of the greatest things ever.
Purr, right?
Yeah, that confidence just soars, and I couldn't imagine being even younger and just having the guts to do it is one thing. That's probably the hardest thing to do, is the guts to do it. Yeah. And then once you do it, the self-esteem that gives you, it's got to be wonderful.
And that's exactly what Treble Makers is for.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just to get people in, and believe it or not, but these kids have already built up a little fan base. Because we have.
Well, I can imagine with social media, everybody with their phones recording it and stuff. They share it with their friends, and then.
And we have people that come in and say, "Oh, I hope that they don't know their names yet, but I hope he's here today," because they've built their little fan bases. Mm-hmm. Yay!
And it's every Sunday.
No,
this one's once a month.
Once a month now.
The third Sunday.
The third Sunday.
Because that gives it, like Tim says, it gives them chance to go home and work their stuff out and then come back.
And that one's running earlier. It starts at 2. Mm-hmm. And it wraps up by 5. But if we've still got people and they haven't been on stage yet, we'll
never turn anybody away.
Never turn anybody away.
We'll go long if we have to.
No.
And does it cost anything?
No. Oh yeah, totally. Costs you a Sunday afternoon.
That's even better. And it's advertised on Facebook.
And we also have a Kathy Triber comes in and does some cooking. So
there's a light menu there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
perfect.
It's kind of pub food, but I say it's better than pub food because it's not all deep fried.
Yeah, that's right. No,
Yeah,
it's better.
doing the air fryer thing. So you can, there's a nice little menu, so you could even come in and have something to eat.
Every third Sunday.
Every third Sunday.
Open to anybody?
Yeah,
Just wants to try
and,
it out.
or even if you just want to come, say you're thinking that this sounds interesting.
Yeah.
And you're the parent of some kids that you think this would be the right thing. You don't have to come and play. You can just come hang out. Just come hang and check it out.
Listen to some music.
Listen to some music, meet a few people, ask some of us old folks what's happening, and, maybe we'll talk you into it. Because we will try and talk you into playing. But if you don't want to, that's okay too. Then we'll say, well, why don't you come up, hang out beside me, see what it sounds like up on stage. I've done that. So
See what it feels like up on
just see
stage.
what it feels like, because it's different, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound the same up
No.
there as it does in the room.
Yeah, exactly. That sounds like a great idea for young up-and-comers. What about, I've heard something about a uke crew as well.
Oh, the uke crew. That also developed out of Wendy's lovely room.
Okay.
Because a group of people just said, I wanted to play ukulele. I've always wanted to try an instrument, and I think it would be easy. So, and I'd never played a ukulele. My sister did, but I never looked at her ukulele or picked it up. And once we picked it up, we said, well, this is easy. This is a nice little one-finger chords.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. And so that grew. It grew till, I think we now have in the group on the chat that I have started, I think there's 33. But generally we have around 20 that come to our little things that we do. And they're very good. They've all got good music ears and they learn the songs. We pick people to sing, to lead them so that there's, there's doing that too. And some of them are still a little bit, no, I don't want to sing yet, but they'll sing in the choir part of it. And we do everything from pop to we do an old jazz standard. We do some country.
Just 20 ukuleles.
Yeah. But I
2 bass ukuleles.
Yeah.
In stereo.
Okay.
Pretty cool. Her husband Phil picks. So he kind of plays all the fills and the leads.
And our musical director plays harp.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So,
Is that another thing where you can just come and give it a whirl?
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes. I tell people all the time, when we go out and play at things, people in the audience say, well, how do I get in there? Well, go buy yourself a uke. Or just come, because we do have some extras. Like if you want to come to a practice.
Give it a whirl?
And I bring an extra, because I have extra ukuleles. And you just sit and play along and just think, I could maybe do this. I think it's good for the brain. It's music's good for the brain.
Music's good for everything.
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, and the uke crew meets at the Liquid before our jam, because like the Treble Makers happens every third Sunday, and then the other Sundays we have our jam that runs from 5 to 9. It's an evening jam, which the kids can come to as well, but they're more intimidated not to. And it's late, school night, right? So that's why the Treble Makers, we made it an afternoon, so the kids don't have to worry about school, and then they can go home for supper. And the uke crew, we try to practice at 4 o'clock before the jam, 4 to 5. And sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes it's just too busy. We're too busy, so we put it on hold. But we're playing probably 2-3 gigs a month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's getting busy. It's getting busy.
They've got to get a bus pretty soon.
Yeah. I keep telling people we're wanting to get on a cruise. Because, I'm going to get on that cruise.
Well, and if the thing breaks down, you can all go down and paddle with your ukes, right?
I don't know how fast you'd go even with 20 of them. That's a small paddle.
But yeah, it's called the uke crew. And we picked that name because we had everybody be part of that. Everybody that was we said, what are we going to call ourselves? We can't just be the ukulele group, Like, what are we going to be? So we all wrote on a piece of paper, and then we looked at everybody's suggestions, and then we broke that down to so many, and then we picked. And there were some great names, but the one that got voted on, got the highest votes, was the uke crew. So that's how we became the uke crew.
And is there any other musical events you have coming up? Or
Oh, bazillions. This weekend, there's a new rock band forming here in Medicine Hat. And they're called Damaged Goods. And they are doing a showcase. It'll be their first time playing as for the public.
Mm-hmm.
$10, and the $10 just is going to the musicians, to cover the musicians. So I'm hoping people will come out and support them. They will be on what Wendy calls the concert side. And I'm not sure who's all involved in that band, but I know Randall Hawks is the lead singer. So you just got to look on Facebook, because they've now got a page, and they're called Damaged Goods.
Mm-hmm.
And there's originals and covers. I'm thinking more originals than covers, because Randy's a good writer.
Okay.
Yeah, he's written some good stuff. He used to have a band called Shoulder of the Hunter, if anybody remembers them. And so there's some good stuff. So that's happening this Saturday. Next Saturday is Tim's brother Greg Herman is doing what I call his 6th edition CD. I'm not sure if I'm right on that, but that's what I'm calling it when people ask me what's the name of the show. So we're just, it's some new songs from Greg.
We have to quantify things as CD release parties, right? Yeah. Because of, well, right. So, but you don't put out CDs anymore hardly at all, right?
Yeah.
So it's the next collection, right? So.
Mm-hmm. And that show, Tim is going to be playing with Greg.
Okay.
Yeah, we've played together off and on for years.
Yeah.
So
And-
Tim's going to be playing bass. He's got Kaylin Laguerre. If anybody, is following Morgan Kleiber, she plays violin with Morgan Kleiber.
Okay.
And her and Greg actually played together before she played with Morgan. So Kaylin is going to be on violin, but she's also going to be opening that show. And then there's a drummer from Calgary.
Kyle Harmon, he's from Lethbridge.
Oh, Lethbridge.
And and he's a session guy and just a hotshot player. He's played for really big name acts and done tons of studio stuff, and he's
going to be a great show.
Played on a lot of Greg's recordings. So.
I'm excited for it. If you haven't heard Greg's writing, Greg's a wonderful, wonderful writer. And then in April, we've got a UK tribute band coming that does a Morgan Wallen tribute.
Okay.
He's from the UK. And Wendy takes
The
UK.
UK.
calls,
All right.
and
Yeah.
like we were talking about the Tragically Hip tribute, that was, to me, one of the best ones that I'd seen in a long time. Because that guy, if you turned your head, you thought it was Gordy up there.
It's true.
Hey, didn't he? He had the mannerisms, and the band was so tight, so tight. So this Morgan Wallen tribute band coming from the UK is coming on April 16th. And if you want any information on that and tickets and stuff, you can just call the Liquid. And then on April 23rd, we've got Sean Kirk that's coming. He's kind of a blues folk guy. And he usually works with a band. But these guys sometimes, this is the thing about having a music event center. They're on the road, and they're looking for gas money and hotel money.
Trying to fill up an empty night.
Fill up an empty night.
Coming through town.
Yeah.
And they don't want to put the whole band on stage, but they'll jump up and play their stuff. And these people play in every configuration possible. They'll sit here and play for you for this, and then turn around and be on some festival stage.
Yeah.
And they're adept at all of the above.
So he's coming. So Sean Kirk, who's coming, now he's an award winner all over the map, and that's April 23rd. And you can phone about that one too. Those are the ones that we have a great show in July that's coming. July, we're having the Misery Mountain Boys from Edmonton.
Okay.
So watch for that one, because they're my ultimate favorites. Fabulous clarinet player in that band.
It's interesting because it's I hesitate to use the word klezmer because nobody knows what it is. But if you Google that and then check out that kind of music, it's busy, kind of like gypsy jazz, kind of like bluegrass.
Yeah.
Usually pretty heavy harmonies, virtuosic playing. It's just really cool. It's really, really cool.
Yeah. They got the greatest stand-up bass player. Ooh, he's good. He's
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Anyway, so we have, some great shows. I always say just follow the Liquid page, because Wendy's got some great events coming up. And we were talking about the AI thing. This is the only way we can get a handle on the AI, is come out and support live music.
Yeah.
Because there's no AI happening
No.
on our stages. It's the music is live and the mistakes are live. And
Oh, don't worry.
Mine-
I've got all the artificial intelligence anyone ever needs. You just ask me. I'll give you an answer. It's artificial, but
Yeah, exactly.
my nemesis is Merle Haggard, and he always said that mistakes on stage make you a better musician.
Yeah, mistakes in general can make you better.
Yeah.
Better at anything. So
He says
works on stage as
you'll
well.
do it once, but
Yeah.
you won't do it twice.
Usually you notice more than the audience notices anyway.
Yeah, hums and haws and stuff from the
Yeah.
instruments. Yeah, that's true.
exactly.
That's true enough.
Well, lots of upcoming stuff then. And I love how, like I said, music is just wonderful for any community. You know, it literally brings people together because people come to watch it, people come to participate. And nowadays, like you said, with social media, all these young kids, the Treble makers, the U crew, that's just a great thing for the city. I think just music in general. The more music in a city, the better.
there's been a handful of rising stars kind of pop out of that place.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just saying.
Nolene Hoffman did her first official concert in our listening lounge. Tim played with her. She had Tim playing with her. He was playing steel that night, and she had a fabulous guitar player. He goes by El Mule is his stage name, but his name is actually Trevor Christensen. And then a fabulous bass player from Lethbridge, Ray Bannon. And you know, what I remember, I have a letter, this size letter from Nolene, and I have it tucked away. And I said to Phil, I'm going to keep this. And when Nolene wins her first Grammy for a Roots album or a Roots song, then I'm going to frame it and say, see?
Exactly.
But that night because how Wendy does is if they come in and work for the door, you know, if they play for the door, then they just give a small percentage to Wendy for the use of the equipment in the building and stuff, and it's not a lot. And in Nolene's case, I think she forfeited that and said, "No, Nolene, I want you to have it," because she was coming to our jams. You know, she was coming and supporting us, and when I handed her this big, like I dare to say wad, hand her this big wad of money, and she went, "Oh, Muriel, I get to pay my band." Because I don't think she thought she was going to make enough to pay the band. I said, "Well, yeah, you can pay the band." She said, "And I can buy a guitar." She did. She went out and, of course, it didn't buy the guitar. But it gave her a nice down payment on a nice Gibson that she calls Emmy Lou, I think.
Yeah.
No, Sally Rose.
Sally Rose.
Sally Rose. Yeah. So she's one.
She's one.
She's our claim to fame. I think
Morgan's
Nolene.
been through there.
Morgan's come through. We had what's that little kid from Saskatchewan?
Lachlan Neville.
Lachlan Neville.
He's a you got to keep your eye out for him. Mm-hmm. I had an opportunity. They hired me to come. They dusted me off and stuck me in a van and drugged me around for 10 days last summer.
Yeah.
I'm still recovering, but it was a lot of fun, and we played Calgary Stampede. We did 28 sets in 11 days.
Jeez.
Yeah, they worked me. It was hard. That got them a bunch of festivals this summer.
Yeah.
Now they're playing main stage stuff this summer. So
and Lachlan is playing with a fellow that used to live here in Medicine Hat.
yeah. Blake Berglund.
Okay. Yeah. So it sounds like anything
There's
like that. It's like connections.
Yeah,
You start
being
small.
made, yeah.
Even like the Treble makers, something wonderful to start out with. So you could be the next. Who knows? Just work your way up. Mm-hmm. So thanks so much for being here to talk about it.
No.
Yeah. And now
Thanks for
it could be
having
you, Curtis. Brush off that guitar, brush up on your guitar skills and your vocals, and come to the Treble makers. Next thing you know, it's your show.
Yeah. Maybe one day. Who knows?
Hey, this is Brian again, and I'd like to ask you to do a favor. We can't do this work without people like you, so if you can, please like, share, subscribe, and tell your friends about Bring Back the Porch.